Here's how you survive when a winter storm knocks out the power grid and your city becomes a frozen wasteland. The grid just buckled under a brutal winter assault, plunging your world into darkness. No alerts, no time to prepare, just the sudden, deafening silence of your furnace going dead and the lights extinguishing like a final breath. Outside, the temperature is plummeting. Inside, your comfortable home is rapidly transforming into an industrial freezer. Soon, the pipes will burst. The food in your fridge will spoil. And hypothermia isn't a distant worry. It's tonight's main event. Every year, winter blackouts claim lives. Not from chaos in the streets, but from the relentless, creeping cold. And from the fatal mistakes desperate people make, like turning on a gas oven for warmth or firing up a generator in the garage, unknowingly flooding their homes with carbon monoxide. But you won't make those mistakes. We're going to ride this out with science, household items, and a clear strategy. First, you need to build a shelter within your shelter. You cannot heat your entire house without power. That's a dangerous fantasy. You must heat one room. A single, small, defensible space where you and your family can consolidate your warmth. So, which room should you choose? Find the most compact room with the fewest windows and doors. A small bedroom, a den, even a large walk-in closet. Size is everything. Small rooms trap heat. Large rooms devour it. Now seal it. Stuff towels or blankets into the gaps under doors. Use duct tape to seal the edges of the door frame. Every draft is a thief, stealing precious degrees. Next, tackle the windows. Glass is a terrible insulator, but you can fix that. Grab some bubble wrap. Cut it to the size of your window pane. Lightly spray the glass with water. Then press the bubble side of the wrap against the wet surface. The water's surface tension will hold it in place, creating thousands of trapped air pockets that dramatically slow heat loss. You've just made an improvised double-pane window. It's not pretty, but it's incredibly effective. You've built a pocket of warmth. Now let's keep the heat you have. Think of your body as a biological generator. It runs on calories and produces a steady 98.6 degrees of heat. The problem is constantly leaking that heat into the cold air. Your job is to trap it. The key isn't one big, bulky coat. It's layers. Multiple thin, loose layers create pockets of trapped air, and that air is your best insulation. Start with a base layer, long underwear or thermals. Add a middle layer like a fleece jacket or a wool sweater. Finally, an outer layer like a coat or just a thick blanket wrapped around you. Get a hat on your head. A huge amount of your body's warmth escapes through your scalp. Wear gloves. Put on 2 pairs of socks. Wool is your best friend here. Wet cotton is a fast track to hypothermia. If you're running low on clothes, get creative. Wrap yourself in curtains, towels, or a spare sleeping bag. Look ridiculous to stay alive. Here's the science behind it. Your body loses heat in 4 ways: conduction, convection, radiation, and evaporation. Layers disrupt convection and radiation. Staying dry prevents heat loss from evaporation. And what about conduction? Don't sit on the cold floor. Place a yoga mat, a flattened cardboard box, or a pile of clothes underneath you. You're not just wearing clothes. You're engineering a personal survival environment. Let's talk about creating heat. The safe way, not the way that ends in tragedy. And let's be crystal clear on this. Do not use your gas stove or oven to heat your home. I don't care how cold you are. Gas appliances release carbon monoxide, a colorless, odorless poison that can kill you in your sleep. The same goes for charcoal grills, propane camp stoves, or any generator running inside your house or garage. These aren't lifesavers. They are silent killers. Every winter, people die thinking, just for a little while. It's a fatal gamble. So what are your safe options? First, there's body heat. Huddle together. Seriously. Gather your family and pets into your sealed room. Get under blankets or inside sleeping bags together. Shared body heat is 100% safe, costs nothing, and is remarkably effective. Humans are walking 98-degree heaters. Use that. A second option is certified indoor heaters. If you prepared, you might have an indoor-rated propane or kerosene heater. The key phrase is indoor-rated. These have safety features like oxygen depletion sensors, but you still must provide ventilation by cracking a window an inch. Use them in short bursts to take the chill out of the air, and never, ever run them while you sleep. Respect their power. Third, you can use hot water bottles. If you can boil water on a camp stove outside or a safe indoor burner, pour it into sturdy water bottles. Wrap them in towels to prevent burns and tuck them into your sleeping bag. You've just made a portable, long-lasting heat source. And your fourth option is candles. In a small, sealed room, a few candles can raise the temperature by a couple of degrees. It's not a furnace, but it can be the difference between misery and a few hours of rest. Use them in sturdy, non-flammable holders and never leave them unattended. A house fire during a blackout is an unsurvivable disaster. The principle is simple: trap the energy. Insulation plus a safe heat source in a sealed space equals survival. You won't be comfortable, but you will be alive. When the heat goes out, a timer starts on your plumbing. Here's why. When water freezes, it expands with enough force to rupture metal. The real danger isn't just ice. It's the pressure building between an ice blockage and a closed faucet. That pressure is what bursts pipes. When power returns and the ice thaws, you'll face a catastrophic flood. Here's how to prevent it. First, open cabinet doors under all sinks, especially on exterior walls, to let warmer house air circulate. Next, insulate vulnerable pipes in basements, crawl spaces, or garages. Professional foam sleeves are best, but in an emergency, wrap them with blankets, towels, or even newspaper. Remember, insulation only slows heat loss. It doesn't stop it. Most importantly, let faucets drip. This relieves that deadly pressure. For standard cold, down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, a slow, steady drip from hot and cold taps is enough. In extreme cold, below 20 degrees, increase it to a continuous trickle the width of a pencil lead. Choose the faucet furthest from your water main. What if a pipe is already frozen? You turn a tap and nothing comes out. First, shut off your main water supply. This prevents a flood if the pipe is already cracked. Then open the faucet the frozen pipe feeds. This gives melting ice an escape route. Apply gentle heat. Never use an open flame like a torch. Use a hairdryer on low, an electric heating pad, or towels soaked in hot water. Start near the faucet and work your way back toward the blockage. If the pipe is behind a wall, aim a space heater at the wall from a safe distance. Once water flows, turn the main back on slowly and check for leaks. Now, for drinking water, your hot water heater holds 30 to 80 gallons of potable water, but you must drain it safely. First, turn off the supply. For an electric heater, flip the breaker. For gas, turn the control knob to off or pilot. Never drain a heater that's on, you'll destroy it. Turn off the cold water inlet valve on top of the tank. Then wait. The water is scalding hot. Let it cool for several hours. Connect a clean hose to the drain valve at the bottom. Open a hot water faucet on an upper floor. This prevents an airlock by letting air in as water drains. Slowly open the drain valve. Let the first few gallons flush out any sediment. Then collect the clean water in containers. It's generally safe, but boiling it first is smartest. Your new motto: scavenge with purpose, strategize for survival. Your refrigerator and freezer are on the clock. But don't open the doors. A full freezer will keep food frozen for about 48 hours. A half-full freezer gives you maybe 24 hours. Your fridge is now just a cooler. Its contents are only safe for about 4 hours. So you create a plan. First, eat the perishables from the fridge. The milk, the leftovers, that's your first meal. Then you move to the freezer. Here's a pro tip. If it's below freezing outside, your porch is now your new freezer. Move frozen goods into a cooler or a secure box and place it outdoors, ensuring animals can't get to it. After that, you live off your non-perishables. Canned goods, pasta, rice, peanut butter, protein bars. These are your long-term fuel. If you must cook, do it outside on a camp stove. Your body is burning extra calories just to stay warm, so you need to eat more. High-fat, high-calorie foods are your best friends now. Think nuts, chocolate, and peanut butter. They are dense fuel for your internal engine. Darkness is more than just an inconvenience. It's a hazard. Tripping over something in the pitch black can lead to injury or a fire if you knock over a candle. So, what are your best lighting options? Battery-powered flashlights, headlamps, and LED lanterns are your safest bet. To conserve batteries, use candles for stationary light and save your flashlights for when you need to move around. But what if you're out of batteries? You can make a superior, long-burning emergency candle from a common kitchen staple, vegetable shortening. Find a glass mason jar, a tub of shortening like Crisco, and a candle to use as a wick. Gently melt the shortening on the stove and pour it into the jar. Let it cool until it's semi-solid. Then push the candle into the center. Once it hardens, you have a lamp that can burn for days, providing both light and a small amount of heat. To extinguish it, just put the lid on the jar. For an extra boost, you can even create a reflector by placing a sheet of aluminum foil behind your candle to bounce more light and radiant heat back into your space. Isolation can crush your spirit faster than the cold. Your phone is likely dead. The internet is gone. This is a mental battle as much as a physical one. Here's how you win it. First, acknowledge your feelings. It's normal to feel anxious or frustrated. Don't fight it. Accept it as a normal reaction to an abnormal situation. Focus on what you can control, not what you can't. You can't fix the grid, but you can check your supplies and execute your plan. Create a routine. The disruption of normal life is a huge stressor. Maintain regular times for waking, sleeping, and eating. This provides stability when the world is chaotic. Stay informed with a hand crank radio, but limit media exposure to avoid anxiety. Stay connected. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly or those living alone. Share information, share supplies, share warmth. Helping others provides a sense of purpose. If you're with family, play board games or read aloud. Survival is a team sport, not a solo mission. This is the principle of mutual aid. Solidarity, not charity. We are stronger together. Then you see it. A single light flickers on. The low hum of the grid returns. The furnace kicks on with a roar. You did it. That sealed room, the layers, the dripping faucets, the community you leaned on. It all worked. You didn't just wait for rescue. You took control. You faced down a modern disaster with knowledge and resilience. You didn't just survive. You proved that when the systems fail, the human spirit doesn't have to. And if the power goes out again tomorrow, you know exactly what to do. If this guide helped you, please hit the like button and let us know you're part of the Winds of Thought community. Stay safe,